everybody, and welcome to the Silver Linings Talk Show. I'm Diane, and today's show is something very, very special and near and dear to my heart. And before we even introduce our guests, what we're going to do is show a short video. Enjoy.
Prevent, Heal, Thrive presents The Michelle's Message Project, The Secrets of the Thrivers.
We founded Prevent, Heal, Thrive to continue the work our sister Michelle started. After the trauma of a late-stage colorectal cancer diagnosis, surgery, radiation, and rounds of chemotherapy, she needed to find a way to feel good and get back to being herself. Inspired by long-term thrivers, she researched what made them successful. She became a certified integrative health coach and found methods that not only helped her, but others who were struggling. What works for some doesn't work for everyone, so we continue to ask, what is the key to thriving through cancer treatment and beyond?
In 2016, Liz was treated for late-stage ovarian cancer. She had major surgery and 21 months of chemotherapy. Her holistic plan included Reiki, scar tissue release, therapeutic exercise, daily walks, nutritional therapy, and lots of comedy.
So when I was first diagnosed, I knew all that Michelle had been doing, and having worked in oncology research, I knew I wanted to take an integrative approach. So I took the best from both worlds.
In 2014, at the age of 36, Kim was diagnosed with both breast cancer and stage 4 colon cancer. This meant 3 surgeries and 2 different types of chemo at the same time. A cancer recovery exercise program was successful in managing the after effects. Years later, now cancer-free, she continues with Prevent, Heal, Thrive.
When Thelma, at the age of 91, received chemo for gastric lymphoma, her prognosis was dire. But with her mischievous sense of humor and youthful spirit, she beat cancer and lived it up for nearly 5 more years.
Always pulling some pranks on her family members and friends. She loved to dance. She loved to be in love. But she loved to be in front of a camera talking about what her secrets were to living.
After Patty was treated for stage 3B colon cancer with surgery and chemo during the COVID pandemic, she was scared, depressed, and lost.
Then Prevent, Heal, Thrive connected me with Diane, who became my peer mentor, and she helped me to find myself and my purpose again.
Hi, great to see you.
You too. Thanks for doing this with us.
Diane is a true thriver. Diagnosed with stage 3 colorectal cancer in 2014, this fit 56-year-old avid runner was in complete shock. She was treated with life-altering surgery, radiation, and 2 grueling courses of chemotherapy. An eternal optimist, she refused to let cancer ruin her life. Now a peer mentor, her exceptional ability to turn a cancer diagnosis into a positive experience makes her an invaluable asset to Prevent, Heal, Thrive and the cancer community.
I exercised every day to the best of my ability. I did acupuncture, I did massage with lymph drainage, and then the biggest thing that I really think worked for me was my visualization. I always love that saying, make lemonade out of lemons. Here's my lemonade. The lemons are up here behind me. I actually was able to have a perception of having some fun while I was going through the entire process. So cheers to the lemonade.
Cheers.
I love that.
Oh
my
Me
goodness.
too. I'm almost gonna cry.
I know, I think I am.
That gave me the chills for sure with all of those stories, and I actually not only knew Diane, but Patty as well. So, so now you need to kind of tell us how this organization got started, because it's affecting so many people so positively.
Well, we were a family of 4 sisters, and I was the oldest, and Michelle was the youngest. So when she got the diagnosis, it affected the whole family, like it does. And we wanted to do whatever we could to help in any way we could. So one of the things we found was to do like a family book club. And the first book we did was The Magic by Rhonda Burns.
Love that book.
And it's just gives you 28 days of exercises, and it's all about the power of gratitude. And it gives you something to do when you don't know what to do. And it's just really wonderful. Michelle used it. She ended up journaling every day, gratitude statements and thank you, thank you, thank you. And she ended up with piles of journals. And it was really wonderful. She always said that was what helped her the most, the power of gratitude and doing those
I love that you did a family book club. I have never thought of doing a family book club.
Yeah.
What a great way to bring the family together.
Yeah, and it
That's
was really
beautiful.
fun because we could each do the exercises and tell how it worked out and everything. So it's like a really good thing. And then the other one was Radical Remission by Kelly Turner. And she just has all these inspiring stories of people who have successfully overcome cancer. And that's what you want, you so want to hear at first. And I know Michelle used this throughout. She kept going back to it because there's such great things in here. It's the common factors that the successful people all had. And so that really helped her because one of the things was you need a purpose. And so she found purpose in this whole process. And that's what inspired her, and it inspired us. And so with her business, Nourish to Flourish, they talked about that on the film, but I think that was really the prototype for Prevent, Heal, Thrive, because she was doing workshops and bringing in nutrition, physical activity, creative pursuits, connecting with nature and spirituality. And her mission was to help participants learn ways to nourish body, mind, and spirit.
It sounds like she got a lot of ideas from those books.
Yes,
And
it's really amazing.
And I think we have a picture to share of the team that came together to
Yes.
be. I love showing this.
Yes.
Who are we seeing?
Well,
in
this
picture?
here is actually the family.
Okay.
So it's their 3 sisters and her 3 daughters and her husband on the right, and then her daughter's husbands. And this is one of the fundraisers that we have. Her daughter's friends started, it's called a soccer jamboree. It's at St. Bernard's, and they all went through St. Bernard's and were athletes, her daughters, and Michelle actually coached at one time. So they've been doing that since 2019 every year. And it's always on Labor Day weekend, so I was going to say that later. But if you want to come see us, we have a table there, August 30th, anytime after 9. We'll be there if people want to come and talk to us and ask questions and learn more about what we do.
Wonderful. Well, that sounds
So,
amazing.
In the video, we heard about some holistic options. We heard Reiki and acupuncture, and you just shared a few also. Are there any other holistic modalities that people have been using to help augment their treatments?
All right, well, I'll take that
All right,
one.
you got this one.
Wonderful.
Yeah, hi. What we have found, the top 3 modalities have been acupuncture. It really helps with a lot of symptoms like nausea, fatigue, sleep, scar tissue, neuropathy. We've also offered massage, oncology massage for lymphatic drainage. You mentioned it, so and just to ease the anxiety in the body and the stress in the body, we offer therapy, psychotherapy, body therapy, and also EMDR, because we have found that as soon as we meet somebody, as soon as they get that diagnosis, they go into a state of shock. And so helping them find ways to navigate, to regulate their emotions when they go to these doctor appointments really helps them manage and stay in control of their bodies. So those are the top 3. We offer so many, as we're talking to people, if they have an interest in aromatherapy or sound therapy or art therapy or Reiki or anything, we can usually find somebody to introduce to the participants to let them try it. So.
Nice.
Yeah, and we always have nutritional therapy and exercise.
Yeah.
And we found there's a great program called Live Strong with that YMCAs throughout the country have, and it's for cancer patients. And yeah, an exercise, it's a 12-week free program that with a personal trainer, and you meet other people that are going through the same thing. So that actually the participants brought that one to us, and we have shared it with a lot of people, and it really has been very helpful.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, I just have so much gratitude that I found all of you, because just like you're saying, when I was diagnosed, I was 55, I was relatively young, and most people were shocked. I was shocked. I thought maybe they made a mistake, and it really wasn't even true that I had colorectal cancer, because like I said in the video, I was running 2 half marathons a year. Wow. I was the girl that didn't stand in front of the microwave. I drank nice, good water, and I was healthy. And the fact that I was shocked, and most people didn't even believe, they were like, not you, it should have been somebody else, you know, not you. So I trooped through it, and I found my ways. But why I got connected with Prevent, Heal, Thrive is a friend of mine had mentioned what your organization was, and that you were a new organization, and that maybe you could use some help. And I was like, I'd love to help, because I'd been wanting some way to help give back. It's now been 11 years, and I am so happy. Yeah, big deal, 11 years.
Yeah.
But my way to give back has been profound through meeting you. I really enjoyed being able to be a walking buddy. That's what started out with Patty in the video. Is I'm like, I just talked to her on the phone, and got her in a better headspace, right? And then we started walking, and she wasn't sure she could walk very far, and I'm like, it's okay, we walk as far as you want to walk, and then we talk, and we walk, and we talk, right? And your whole organization, the fact that you help other people so much with just reaching out to them, because when you are newly diagnosed, your world's crashing in, and you can't hardly think. It feels like Charlie Brown's teacher, everybody talking to you is want, like you can hardly hear. And the fact that you do these gifts of love and drop them off for people, I love your organization. I'm just so fortunate that I was able to be connected with you and help.
Thank you so much.
I love that connection, because it's about the, you would have loved to have had it when you were going through it, and it didn't exist at that point. But the fact that you could jump on and be a mentor because you know what you went through, and that's very touching, and I love that so much.
And you kind of created that whole kind of a program for yourself, which is really amazing.
It really helps to have support, for sure. And speaking of support, another important part is tips for early detection. Can we talk a little bit about the early detection for colorectal cancer?
For colorectal?
Yeah.
For all cancers.
We can talk about both, whatever you guys
And I
have
love that they include all cancers in
Yes.
theirs. It's not just colorectal, it's open to everybody.
I just wanted to say just one quick thing, just to add to what we were talking about before, is that the idea of surrounding somebody with community and team to let you know that you're not alone when you go through something like this really magnifies the healing. So that was another
very impactful,
really important thing I wanted to say.
Thank you. Yes.
So the old adage, if you feel something, say something. You are your own best self-advocate. You can always talk with your doctor. You know your body best. Having regular preventative checkups is really important. Awareness of your family medical history is really important. Knowing what has been the history, and making sure that you talk with your doctor to come up with a proactive screening protocol for yourself. And And of course, self-exam, you've heard that 1,000 times when you go to the doctor.
Yes.
Make sure you check for it.
Yes.
You can go to the American Cancer Society website and they have like a chart for screen time. So you can you can have an idea of when you need to check. Usually around the age of 40, 45, you start your mammograms and colonoscopies and such like that. So.
Yeah.
And one thing with the colonoscopy screening, Michelle was 44 and at the time the screening was 50.
Yeah.
And now they brought it down to 45, which because they were very resistant to when she would say she was having issues, and it was resistant to having a colonoscopy, even though our mother had it. And it seems really crazy now that with the history and everything, but that's why you have to be a great self-advocate. Right.
Yes.
Right.
You know, I think she was kind of shy and, trying to push. I mean, I would have that problem too, so I gotta remember this.
Well, Diane, you were your self-advocate.
Yes, I was. And looking back on it, I should have been a little bit more because I didn't want to hear the bad news. So I kept, I should have got a second opinion because I had told doctors about, yes, that there were some symptoms. And they said, I'm sure that you're going to be fine because you're so healthy. So interesting. So don't just give up when somebody, even a doctor, just go get a second opinion.
Yep.
Yes,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And certainly you've talked about some services that Prevent, Heal, Thrive provide. We would love to hear what some of those extra services, we talked about Diane being like a walking buddy and talking with people and volunteering in those ways. What are other services that Prevent, Heal, Thrive offer?
Okay, well, I answered
She's
that
like,
question a little different, but that's okay. So basically, just to give a quick summary, when we get a referral, we usually team up and go to either meet them somewhere, or usually it's in their home, and we like to hear their story. And from that, we come up with the top 3 symptoms that they want to have addressed right away, but also we educate them on like what else is available. So we have peer advocacy. Yes. So we try to connect people with other people going through the same thing. We also, I mentioned all of those, some of the services we provided before. But we also follow people from the beginning through to the end and after the services are over. Oftentimes, the medical treatments are finished and people go back into their lives, but we kind of carry through and follow and see where they're at long after treatment ends.
I think there's so much to be said about that because the lasting effects, and Diane can probably speak to this, and you can probably speak to this as well from many of the people. It's not just like ring the bell and you're done. There's lasting effects that are very traumatizing to a person. And whether it's the therapy or some of the other modalities, I think it's so important to remember that it's not snap your fingers and go back to your life.
Right.
And I love that you continue to support them. I think that's so very important.
Do you guys provide support for caregivers?
Oh, yes, we do.
Because I
Sorry
think
about
that's such
that.
an
That's
important
really
piece,
huge.
is it's also not just the individual,
Yes.
but also the caregivers.
It's hard,
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, we wrap around, when we go meet the potential participant, usually their family is there too. So, we offer them, to talk with them. There's, therapy. There's also massage for the caregiver who's also going through stress from their point of view.
Yes.
So helping along the way of the treatment is something we really provide.
I would have loved that too.
Education.
Yes, that would have been
You
great.
and-
To my
yeah.
husband, he
Yeah.
really kind of didn't know what to do. He was felt very helpless the first time in his life.
Yeah.
He broke down one day in the kitchen. He's like, I don't know what to do. I'm not doing enough.
Yeah.
I mean, you just.
Yeah.
Even when you're not, and
Yeah.
you just, meet with my sister, it was
Yes.
very difficult to just sit and be there during chemo treatments, and because you don't always necessarily agree with what path they're taking,
Right.
or maybe you do, and you have to honor their path. And that can be hard too, right? I'm sure you run into many situations in families where not everybody is on the same page, but you're doing your best to support that family member because it is their journey, and you have to honor that. And to have all those individualized programs is so important because everybody's going through it in a different way.
And even helping kids to understand. I mean, I'm a therapist, so I do have quite a few clients not participating, but I'm trying to get them to participate. But, you know, and some do, just working with the kids to help them understand the process and giving them tips on how to help, you know, their father, their mother going through. Maybe they can help with, you know, giving them a cold cloth or, you know, helping with their pills or, you know, whatever, just so they feel like they're helpful.
Yeah.
So,
Can we talk about your fundraising events?
And that's my favorite, by the way. Yes. They have fun. Their fundraising events are fun. These girls, they know how to have fun.
I think I've been involved in one of those.
Yes, because our largest one is in the spring, it's a gala type of thing, but kind of casual gala. There's always information sharing, good food, and music, dancing. Michelle loved to dance, and we always include a conga line because she always started the conga line.
Yes.
And our first
sister,
one,
the sister started the conga line. Isn't that so cute?
So we always have to have that as part of it. And I talked about the soccer jamboree, that's always on Labor Day weekend. And then in November, we usually do some type of a walk and where we meet, that was last year, I think. We trails to ales and kick up your heels. So there's dancing usually at the barn and after the, oh my gosh, Bluff Point.
So it's a beautiful walk.
Yes.
The area
Nice
is
there.
beautiful. Nice to get out, you know, and just walk in the nature. Yes.
Yes, and that also promoting physical fitness.
Yes.
As one of the best healers. Yes. And we do, throughout the year, we do prevention, information events, and some of that, sometimes it's free, but sometimes we use it as a fundraiser to seed the other events. And that's been great. We've had like mini retreats where different modalities can show what they do, and it's for the community, but also for the people who have cancer. Because prevention, we're really promoting that.
And what are we seeing here on this?
So this is at the Jamboree too. So Mary Kate is one of Michelle's daughters in the black shirt, and this is her baby. So that's Michelle's first grandchild, Maeve.
Oh, so sweet.
And the sisters are there.
Nice.
But and now there's 3. And you know, it's
Beautiful.
it's so wonderful, but also sad, you know, because
Yes.
she has 3 grandchildren
Yes.
that she would have loved to
Yes.
But this is kind of her legacy. I mean,
Yeah.
thinking
Right.
about it, this Prevent, Heal, Thrive, I mean,
Right.
you're one of the sisters, but it seems as though this is kind of what you do to continue her name.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
And I mean, I think the silver lining of all this, since our show is Silver Linings, is that you've put together an organization and every event is a celebration of her. And I just think that that's so beautiful.
And all the donations.
Yes.
What happens with all the donations from the fundraisers?
Okay, well, that goes directly to the participants we pay for the services if they're not paid for by insurance, because that was one thing that Michelle had wanted to start a foundation because she found that a lot of the things were hard to afford. I mean, for a lot of people.
Yes.
But and then also they were hard to find, too far away, or she didn't know how to find them. So she wanted to make it easily accessible and affordable. That's our motto.
I love it.
Easily accessible and affordable.
And when you're not feeling well, you don't want to have to, how do you get
Yes.
there?
Yeah, you can't even think.
Yeah,
like,
you
what do I need to do?
Yes.
Somebody to walk and
Yeah.
tell you what to do, that's fabulous.
Yeah, and being able to recommend people that we've vetted and
Yes, that
people
you
have had
vetted,
a lot of
yes.
experience with and have had great success with.
Yeah.
So that's.
Excellent. How can someone volunteer? It sounds like a great program.
Yeah. Well, we have, we'd love to have help with fundraising. We always can use that because we're not that great at it, but no.
You guys are great at it.
No, but I mean,
We've done
experienced
well.
fundraisers
Oh, for
have
sure.
great
Yes.
ideas and
But
maybe
they're not
grant-
professional fundraisers. is
Right.
what she-
Grassroots.
No, and grant writing.
Okay.
That would be wonderful. And also like these prevention education events, it would be great to have different people because we'd love to keep doing that on a more regular
I
basis.
spoke at one of your workshops,
Yes,
and that was
about
great, yes.
sleep. She's the sleep expert, and that's, the sleep is so
I
important.
talked about how
Yes.
sleep's so important.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's lots of things that we can think of on that. I
Yes.
bet you the
Yes.
audience's mind is
Yes.
going because
Yeah.
educators.
And then
Yes.
I think with the gift of comfort when we bring. Did I say what
Yeah.
they were already? No. What that we bring it usually has gift cards for food because sometimes when you're going through the treatment,
Yes.
to make meals, so
Things like
restaurants
that.
and stuff like that. Maybe it's not just for you, but for your family.
Yes.
We have non-toxic lotions and things like that because everybody's always having skin things and
Sure.
dark chocolate for antioxidants, silk pillowcases. All it's like
important. Your
evolved
hair is
over.
falling out and you want a
Right.
nice
Yeah.
silk pillowcase. Yes.
How can somebody
Pillows.
reach out to you?
Okay.
Let's put their logo up there. and-
Yes, please do. It's easy to access our website at preventhealthrive.org. We also have, since we're local, everybody we know or somebody's connected with cancer in some way. So word of mouth really works well.
Sure.
You can contact any one of us, Lori, Mary Beth, Vicki, myself, through the phone or email or through the website, and we pretty much get right back to you.
We'll have your contact information in the credits of the show.
Thank you.
But we want to thank you for being here, and we are going to kind of wrap up and have a video take us out. So we're finishing the end of the video with lots of dancing.
Yes.
So thank you, ladies, for being with us
Great.
to discuss Prevent, Heal, Thrive.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good.
My mom would do anything and everything she could to get back to feeling good and doing what she loved.
What helped her was family, friends, fun, fitness, faith, and the beach.
And of course, she'd say, dance whenever you can, especially in the kitchen.
Prevent, Heal, Thrive continues Michelle's legacy by discovering and sharing the wisdom of the Thrivers. For more info, go to preventhealthrive.org.